Welcome back to From the Scriptwriter's Table. I'm David Lucas, president of Winding Trails Media, which is a brand new podcasting or audio play podcasting platform that will start producing audio plays in the fall of 2016. We've been doing a daily video log or video episodes about writing audio plays, and some of this stuff that we're going to be talking about over days is also applicable to all kinds of writing, not just audio plays, but audio plays is the focus. Thank you for listening ahead of time. And we've been talking about using sound effects, and today we're going to talk about stylization or stylizing through the use of sound effects. Now, I introduced this book a couple of episodes ago, and that is this book here, which is what we're kind of using to go through writing audio dramas right now. This is the Bible that was used in the golden age of radio and writing for audio dramas. This is a handbook. This is Handbook of Radio Writing by Eric Barnow. If I'm mispronouncing his name and butchering him, I apologize to his descendants. I'm doing that. It's not on purpose. This was the book on writing radio plays back in the day, and the information still works for today's audio plays. So, stylization through the use of sound effects. We've talked about sound effects being used for background, and the fact that sound effects are used to show action. People walking, people shooting guns, people driving, etc. You can have scenes at coffee houses and people are sipping coffee. You might play with that sound effect. We talked about sound effects being those that are easily identified, those that need some kind of introduction to identify, and the ones you just pitch out the door and never put into your audio play because they're worthless. And then we talked about using sound effects for background. Right now, we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to talk about stylization. Once again, we're going deep into the art of writing sound effects into your audio play. Stylization with sound effects is trying to give your play a different feel than other cases. Let me use an example. Okay. If you are writing a comedy, and yeah, as I said before yesterday, I suck at comedy. It doesn't mean I don't understand how to use sound effects with it. If you are, let's do the famous opening and closing doors. If you are having a door open and close extremely quick, faster than really what it would take for somebody to walk through that door, thus breaking the laws of physics, that's a stylization choice on your part that you would put there in your audio play. And that actually was a common use back in the golden age of radio with Fred Allen and, oh my God, I can't remember his name. Another famous comedian back then. I'll probably remember it after I hang up this episode. Nah, screw it, actually. I can peek. Yeah, Jack Benny. Wow. Sorry, any Jack Benny fans out there, but my mind just completely, totally went blank there. So let's talk about other genres. Maybe, okay. Have you ever watched the original 1960s version of Dark Shadows? The one that created the desire inside of Johnny Depp to play the role of Barnabas. Sidebar, Johnny, did you really, really mean to play him the way you did? Come on. I'm sorry. That was not Barnabas. I probably just ticked off every single Johnny Depp fan. I'm sorry about that, but anyway. The original Dark Shadows, which was for TV, was a gothic horror soap opera. Now, most of the setting was on cliffs over the sea. So now I'm going to convert this to audio. Now, they did this on TV, and they use the same sound effects I'm about to talk about. But a way you could do it for audio is maybe the wind, a high gust of wind, slow, in fact, this is what I would write, slow, high wind, sounds of waves crashing on rocks. That'd be a good way to show if this is some type of horror that's occurring, or might be a sea adventure too. There's however you want to stylize it, or whatever you're writing. So when you're writing sound effects into your story, the important not just to put the sound effects there, but think about your own personal style. How can you play with this tool called sound effects that you've got a lot of control over and make it stand out that when I'm listening to the story as a member of the audience, I know that John Smith wrote that story. In other words, I'm asking you, think about how you can use sound effects as kind of your own personal signature on your story, because you can. Okay, a couple of things before we go for today. So I'm looking right now at my outline. Tomorrow we're going to talk about expressionistic, I can't talk, expressionistic use of sound. Also, too, I want to please announce, you might be tired of hearing this, but I'm going to constantly announce it because you never know where somebody picks up the series. Every month on the second Saturday of the month, Winding Trails Media holds a master group. The first one's going to be June 11th, 2016, noon Central Time. That is GMT -6. Go to windingtrailsmedia.com, go to web courses for authors, and select this course. It is completely, totally free. It's really not a web course. It is a group of writers getting together, bouncing questions off each other to mostly help improve our writing. That is once a month, absolutely free. When you register, it will take you to PayPal. Do not freak. It will be still say free. It won't charge you. But all that is a way of me tracking to make sure that not too many people sign up for it. In other words, I don't overfill the scriptwriters table. Second, please sign up for the newsletter on Winding Trails Media. There will be information about script calls, casting calls, information about radio plays, webinars for writers, things that are going on over at Write Pack Radio, which is a podcast that's also free. It's writers talking to writers about the industry. As things are always changing now in the 21st century with how publishing is happening, including audio plays, by the way, is a whole other avenue. So do that. Also, please like or subscribe to this channel. Give me a like or give me a comment about what you think of this series. Also, find us over on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. Okay, that's enough announcements for now. Oh, no, sorry, one other announcement. Once a month, at least in June and July, I'm hoping to do once a month webinars. We have Creating the Villain, which is called Writing from Inside the Heart of Darkness. That is occurring in June. That will be a live webinar where you'll be able to ask questions. And actually, we are going to build an actual villain. Notice I'm saying villain, not antagonist. All villains are antagonists, but not all antagonists are villains. We're going to be going through criminal psychology and abnormal psychology and other things to actually create a non-mustache twisting bad guy. We want to create a realistic character who is a villain. Then in July, we're going to do an entire webinar that is going to be on writing audio plays. Okay, beyond that, I think I've tied you up long enough. Have a great day writing, and I will talk to you tomorrow about, I already talked about expressionistic use of sound. Have a good one.